Hi everyone, Nikki Berry here, and welcome back to the Legendary Health channel. I'm super excited to have Miss Vicky Santiago from New Zealand on here tonight. She is a hypnotherapist, and she is going to be sharing ways to help us implement the healthy habits that most of us have created during the 10-day shred, and keep those healthy habits going so that we can keep them through the next 20 days to get us to the next 10-day shred. So thank you so much for joining us tonight, Vicky. I really appreciate it, and let's hear it.
Hi, Nikki. Thank you for having me, and hi, everyone. So first of all, I'd really like to congratulate you on all the steps that you've taken so far. Small steps lead to big changes, so it's really exciting to be on this journey with you. So with habit change, we can kind of effort our way through things, and we can also get to know ourselves a little bit better and work with our natural tendencies. So maybe there's a few things that have been a bit tricky for you during the shred, or simple changes that you would like to bring in and would maybe like to find a slightly easier way of working things into your routine and making them part of your lifestyle. And knowing yourself and your natural tendencies is quite helpful in this case. So the first step is to really get clear on what change you want to make, how you're going to make it, and why you're going to make it. And now each of those things has a different effect on our motivation depending on our personality. So you may have done the test to know what your Myers-Briggs personality type is. And that is sort of related a little bit to our motivation with regards to what, how, and why. So there are some of us in those personality groupings where we really thrive on focusing on what it is that we're wanting to achieve. That motivates us, inspires us. So it's really getting clear on what your goal is that you're wanting to bring in. What's that habit change that you're wanting to do? Or maybe you've got the personality type where it's actually the system that excites you, the how you're going to do it, making the plan, getting the details, working out all the intricacies of what it is you're going to do, how you're going to bring that change into effect. Or maybe it's why. Maybe why really lights you up. Maybe it's being healthy so that you're around for longer to be with your kids. Or maybe it's having the energy to play with them and run around with them. Or maybe it's just being bikini ready. So just being aware, obviously all of these things are important, but maybe there's one of those things which has a little bit more weight for you in inspiring your motivation. So the first step is to get in touch with that. Now, there's a lady called Gretchen Rubin who's written a wonderful book called The 4 Tendencies. And in that book, she identifies 4 different types of habit personality. So she outlines the upholder, who is somebody who will meet the expectations of other people and also meets their inner expectations. They just do things because that's how they're done. So they are the person, for example, who is at the traffic lights in the middle of the night and the light is red and there's no one coming, but they wait because the light is red. So that's the upholder. There's also the obliger, who is somebody who will meet the expectations of other people before they will meet their own expectations. There's the questioner, who will meet their own expectations, but perhaps they resist the expectations of other people unless they have a really good reason of why they should do something. And then, of course, there's the rebel, who resists the outer expectations of everyone else, and they resist their inner expectations as well. They just want to do something because they want to do it, because it's convenient, it feels right. So have a bit of reflection. You may already know which of those ones sounds a bit like you. And we can really work with that with regards to the strategies that we use for bringing in new habits. So for example, if you're like myself, an obliger, we know that we're more likely to do something because somebody else has an expectation of us because of it. So for us, it's quite obvious that accountability is going to be a really important habit strategy for us. So that is doing the shred with a team, being part of the Facebook group and sharing with others as to how you're going, for example. There's also the strategy of pairing. So that means taking a habit that you're already doing and just pairing your new habit to it. So maybe you're wanting to get in the habit of taking your Juice Plus every morning. Maybe you forget sometimes. Or maybe it's a new thing that you're wanting to bring into your life. Well, again, you can take something you always do already and pair the Juice Plus with that. So maybe that's as simple as putting your Juice Plus containers right next to your breakfast things, or where you brush your teeth, for example. Another strategy that we can have is monitoring. So this one is really good for quite a few of the habit tendencies, except for the rebels. So this is like people who want to exercise more, for example, having some way of monitoring, like using the health app on your phone or a Fitbit, that can really help with making the excitement and the motivation, because you really like ticking off and seeing how that you've done more steps than yesterday. And another one is also bringing it in and making it a part of your identity. And this is really important for those rebels. So it is thinking about perhaps why you're doing it or what it is that you're getting out of it, and just making that a part of who you are. So you are somebody who exercises daily. You are somebody who eats fruits and vegetables. You are somebody who looks after their health. So it's starting to bring in all of those identity statements. And just remember that anything after the words I am, your brain takes as real. So really, when you're being aware of your self-talk throughout the day, whenever you say I am, just be aware and make sure that whatever is after that is actually something that you want to be. And then the next strategy, which is quite helpful, is one of convenience. So again, that's a good one for the rebels, but it's also good for all of us. And that is making something as easy for ourselves as possible. So the decision is already made. So part of that can be scheduling. So deciding every day when you're going to do something, and depending on your habit personality, it might work for you to actually write that down in your calendar every day. So you say to yourself, right, every day I'm going to pair dropping the kids off at school with going to the gym on the way home. And then you're going to make it easy for yourself, because you've already decided it. You don't have to use your willpower because it's a done deal. And also you can make it easy for yourself by having your exercise clothes there as the first thing that you put on in the morning. So it's easy for you to go out and exercise because you're already wearing the gear. And a final thought on making it easy for yourself is just taking away those massive expectations. So just continuing with the example of exercise, maybe it's easier to say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to go for a run, or I'm going to go to the gym just for 10 minutes, and I'm going to do it every single day. So it might seem easier to say I'm going to go to the gym for 10 minutes rather than saying I'm going to go to the gym for an hour. Now, the point there is not how long you spend at the gym. The point is that you've actually gone to the gym. And so if you need to tell yourself that 10 minutes is all you're going to do, well, then that's great. That's exactly what it is. So if that will help you to actually go to the gym and actually show up with what you've promised yourself you're going to do, then so be it. Because you'll probably find once you've got started, 10 minutes is up, you might well feel like going. But the important point is that you've created that habit of going to the gym every day. And so if cutting down that expectation and making that into a bite-sized piece, if that's what you need to do, then that's a really good strategy to have as well. So it's all about making that decision, getting really clear on your goal, what it is you're wanting to bring in, how you're going to do it, and why you're going to do it, and then work out which habit change strategy is the best for you so that you can bring it into your everyday life. And remember, the more you do it, the easier it gets. That's how new patterns are created, just by doing things over and over again.
Awesome. Thank you so much for all of that great information. I'm definitely going to be reading her book. What was that again?
So it's The 4 Tendencies by Gretchen Rubin.
Okay, cool. Maybe I'll put a link in the description
Yeah.
as well. And yeah, if anyone has any questions for Vicky, she is absolutely happy to answer them and help you get anything figured out. So we will put some contact information with her for her down in the comments so that you guys can get connected with Vicky. And I want to thank you so much for being on. I really, really appreciate it. And we will see you again soon with a new topic, or maybe even going live with hypnosis. So,
oh, yeah.
so yeah, everyone have a wonderful evening. Thanks again, Vicky.
Thank you, Nikki. Bye, everyone.
Bye.